Hey, hi, howdy, hello. What is going on, Moon Gang? My name is Matt, and welcome back to another Dumb Money update. In this particular update video, I'll be going over, a smorgasbord of things. I'll be talking about the SEC. We'll be going on in the overall market. I'll be talking about AMC, GME. We'll be doing the technicals, the short interest, all that stuff. And I do also want to spend some time on, the mindset of the apes that are really attracted to these moon stocks, both AMC and GME. So with all that being said, let's hop right into it. For today, Wednesday, September 15th, AMC closed out the day at 46.84, which was a drop of 1%, and GME closed out the day at 204.52, which was a gain of 2.65%. Now, with those numbers, it might kind of seem like somewhat of a neutral mixed bag, but I want to explain that. To me, this is actually more impressive than it seems because, first of all, GME and AMC both started off the day gapping down, and in reality, GME had a nice rally all the way to close of 5.7%. And check this out, AMC had a pretty nice rally of, what do we have here? A nice rally of 7%. Now, I think this is pretty interesting, and I think it's pretty noteworthy. Let me zoom out so you can see 2 days here. Yesterday, both AMC and GME had a down day. The post-market in both of them was kind of whatever. The pre-market was weak. And then as soon as the market opened, both of them sold off. And this is what I find to be some of the most interesting thing about this particular community that I'm happily a member of. It's just, they're the apes. They're insatiable. The action that we're seeing, like when you get hit and then the next day they're getting hit more, that's when you see some people panicking and they're throwing in the towel and they want to be done with it. So, and I completely understand how this could be a little bit disconcerting, especially to newer apes. But I think today's action of how we started and how we ended on top of what occurred in both of these stocks yesterday, it truly is indicative of apes. They're diamond handing it. They are not quitting. And this is a very rare thing because usually the fear of losing money is a big emotional driver. But right here, we're seeing the opposite in AMC. In fact, I would argue that what we're seeing is really people love shopping on discount. They love both of these stocks so much that when they see a weakness in price, they're like, hey, cool, I could buy more at a cheaper price. And that's why we end up seeing it getting run back up. And seriously, like I just want to offer a special applause to everyone in the ape community because this action is insane. When there's weakness and everyone's like, all right, this is about to drop off, the apes step in and they are the buyers. That is the buying wall. So right here, I kind of want to just comment on this because I think there's a lot of newer apes who recently joined the fund and they're starting to earn their diamond hands because one of the biggest things I've learned in both of these stocks over the past half year now is just the fact that when we see some weakness, it really is this concept of, hang on, people are going to buy the dips, they're going to buy it on discount, and given enough time, surely it just seems like they always end up bouncing back, which is just blowing my mind. But right here, I think we're really seeing the apes stepping up, and I think it's absolutely awesome. But before we get more into AMC and GME, just very, very quickly, so Gary Gensler, the chairman of the SEC, he put this out on Twitter not too long ago. Just a quick update. And the thing I want to point out here, we'll be looking at comments submitted to our request for comment on digital engagement practices if you want to do that. And then also he is talking about staff have been working on a report that will be published soon about the meme stocks event in January. So be on the lookout for those, at least this report. Remember, he quoted it yesterday. I thought that was a bit strange. But also, if you want to put any of your comments in, you can do that as well. Don't forget, for this Friday, September 17th, it is quadruple witching. Very quickly, quadruple witching is when 4 major types of asset classes, all the contracts are expiring and need to be rolled over. 2 options, 2 futures, that doesn't really matter. What it means is there's a big flow of money. When you have things that are expiring, people need to roll it, huge flow of money, and that produces more volatility. Now, this is in no way associated with bullishness or bearishness, just volatility. Once again, that is this Friday, just so you know. If you want to know more about quadruple witching, I will post a link to a different video in the description of this one, just so you know. And talking about quadruple witching, that's why I have this up. I didn't know that they're making a Hocus Pocus 2. Look for it in the fall of 2022. So I think this connects pretty reasonably with quadruple witching. So just so you know, a new witch movie is coming out. I mean, I do have a sentimental value for Hocus Pocus. I watched that way too many times when I was growing up. But anyway, quadruple witching this Friday. Expect volatility not associated with bullishness or bearishness, just high swings. In terms of the overall market, interesting day. So ever since September 2nd, the S&P 500 tracked by the ETF SPY has been selling off. Today, it finally found some buyers, bouncing a bit early above 442.66. I like that. Tomorrow, I want to see the break of 449, a recapture of 450, and then a breakout of 451. Right now, I like that the buyers are stepping in, and I'm looking for this momentum to continue. Honestly, the same thing can be said about the NASDAQ 100, more of a tech-heavy indice tracked by the Qs, QQQ. Same thing, been selling off. This one is September 7th, selling. Looks like it got some buyers today, seeing if it has momentum to carry up. And more importantly, probably for us, at least with AMC, because AMC is the biggest stock within IWM, the Russell 2000. Same thing, selling since September 2nd, more closely related to the SPY than the Qs. But anyway, not as much buyers today, but I do like the recapture of 221. I want to see the same for all three of these. Will the momentum continue? How high can this truly push? If it keeps going, I would love to see it break above 224. After that, I'm watching 226. We have some recent strange support in the realm of kind of 219. Let's talk about AMC. Before we get into its chart, just so you know, today, there was a borrow of 3.18 million shares on a net return of 2.6 million, a short interest of 18.81%, utilization of 88, and shares on loan given today now probably about 105 million. The flow for AMC did favor the bulls. It did favor the apes, 52% versus 48%. Now, in terms of the chart, we were kind of in this pennant. It broke down, unfortunately, in the wrong direction. We based and we're swinging back up. Yes, we still have this cup and handle. The handle, kind of a failed handle, unless it bases a little bit higher, which for all I know, that could be today. We still have that support at 45. There's additional support at 42 and a little bit of change. But today, like I said, what we were saying, I mean, the apes just showed up. This was not looking good right at open, but instead it pushed all day. What a beautiful thing to witness in real time. Anyway, we're looking for these supports to hold, and we're back to this, still looking for now this breakout at 48. Today, we were rejected at 47.75, and just these upper 47s, lower 48s, we know that AMC definitely has battled in this area, and now, once again, we are in that battle. So the name of the game is to overtake about 48 and some change, and then once again, that key psychological level of 50. In terms of a smaller time frame, we were back into this range. We had this wedge. It broke down the range. It held for 1, 2, kind of 2.5 days back in the range, so we're just seeing basically how quickly it's going to take for it to get out. But just keep in mind, today, the RSI was severely oversold after coming off of being severely overbought. So I hope it can base here, because the last time we had a reading this low, I mean, legitimately, we were trading all the way down at $29. I mean, that's the last time on the 2-hour chart that AMC was this low. From a technical perspective, I really like what I'm saying, because we have so much upside potential. I mean, from here, look what happened. We were this last time. We went from basically 29 all the way up to 52. So if we get that same size of a move, I mean, it could be exciting stuff if we just get that momentum. So on a technical perspective, really like what I'm seeing with AMC, and more from, I guess, an emotional standpoint. The recovery that AMC went through today, I mean, seriously, applause to the apes. This was awesome in my humble opinion. In terms of GME, it's still above 200. Today, it was actually pushing that 205 level. GME, GameStop, can't stop, won't stop. GameStop definitely flexing with this type of momentum. I mean, I'm looking for that push of 208 and some change, and really that region of 212 to 215. After that, 225. Clearly, 200 is incredibly important. Someone is trying to beat GME down below 200, and the buyers, the apes, are just not letting it happen. So once again, GME also flexing its muscles today. Love it above 200. We still have that support from 188 to 190, and I would love to see the test of 215 and hopefully 225. And just so you know, a little bit of a reach goal after 225, we are still paying attention to 240. On the smaller time frame, GME, it was in this range, got beaten down because of the earnings. People bought it back up, and then we have now a nice additional close in this range. So GME really refusing to go below 200. So I think that's pretty solid. In terms of the Ortex numbers, there was a net return of 327,000 shares on a borrow of 60,000. Short interest 13.14, utilization 35, shares on loan 7.2 million, taking in today's action. In terms of the flow, honestly, today's rally on both AMC and GME was also represented in the flow. The options flow 60% bullish, 60% apish, and then 40% bearish. So right there, it is nice to see the flow in the options market and how that in a certain way connects with some of the action that we're actually seeing in the price action as it plays out throughout the day. But overall, if you want to respond to Gensler in those comments, feel free. Don't forget, quadruple witching is this Friday. Expect higher volatility, not necessarily bullish or bearish. I know that there are some people commenting on that mid-September being weak, and in all reality, I don't want to just BS anyone. I need to backtest that myself. It's easy to backtest, and I'll do that, and I'll let this stream know tomorrow. But overall, I mean, seriously, AMC, GME looking weak this morning and then throughout the entire day showing some serious strength. With all that being said, I would love to get your thoughts on both of these moon stocks in a comment below. Other than that, if you want to help me out with engagement, you know what to do. And really, from me and Chair, best of luck in the markets.